Hello and welcome. Today we're going to do something stupid. We are going to compare the Lord of the Rings eyeball with the Disney castle. Yes, I have far too much time on my hands, but I want to see from a height perspective and a base plate perspective which one takes up the more space and which one is more sturdy, because the Lord of the Rings eyeball is really sturdy, whereas the Disney castle not so much. So it'd be interesting to see just how the building techniques have changed over the period of time. And of course, they're both open backed, they're both very high, they've both got a big base, and the boxes are huge. So we're literally just going to do a side-by-side comparison, and you guys and girls can let me know if you think you have space to display them. So that being said, let's get to it. Well, very quickly, just for the sake of it, start off with the box artwork. Now, both of these boxes are absolutely massive, and as we start to pan down, you can see the eyeball and the Disney castle side by side looking at each other, and it might look like the Disney castle box is a little bit bigger, but we'll get to that in a second. So the Lord of the Rings, if you're trying to backtrack it for whatever reason, is item number 10333. It's 5,471 pieces, and the box artwork does look very smart indeed. Now, this, for height wise, it is 32.5 inches or 83 centimeters, and it's 17.5 inches or 45 centimeters. So it's basically 3 base plates and a bit tall, and it's just under 2 base plates wide. Now, they have started on the front or the back of the boxes now to actually add in the sizing, which is very helpful. Now, for the Disney castle, it comes in at a slightly smaller brick count. So instead of it being 5,400, it comes in at 4,837, and it is item number 43222. Now, both of these sets are of course an 18 plus. They are under sort of more the adult box style because you've got all the black artwork with all the other little bits and pieces, but because these sets are so big, as per normal, because I have no space, you're going to have to go up at the top just for a second. Now, with regards to the boxes, you can see, if I do it that way, it might be a little bit easier for you, that this box is a little bit wider. But if I was to then spin it round, the Lord of the Rings eyeball is a little bit deeper. And you can also see, by luck, both of them have beautiful artwork on the side of the box. So again, you've got the big Lord of the Rings eye on the side, and then on this side you have got the really nice artwork for the actual castle. So they're both very eye-catching boxes, which is helpful because sometimes when they're not in a Lego store and they haven't been put out correctly, they can be a little bit difficult to find. Now, I've got to be careful because I'm about to hit the lights up top, and I don't particularly want to smash the sets any more than the Disney castle already is. This isn't a beauty competition, by the way, because the Disney castle had basically been in storage and I've just got it out and half the pieces are missing. So we're not going to do a brick by brick comparison. It's mainly height and space is what we're going to be looking for. Now, with regards to the backs, this is another reason why I thought it'd be quite an interesting comparison, is they're both the same style back. So you can see that if you want to, you've got a lot of play features. You can do the different bits and pieces on the inside of that. The box artwork is very eye-catching and everything else. And it's the same on the Disney castle. Now, with regards to the height, this one is actually 31.5 inches tall, so it's not as tall, but it is wider with a huge 23 inches of space at the bottom. But as we know, as soon as you put them onto the base plates, it does look a little bit different because both of these have the same sort of curvature going around the front of both. So it's going to be very interesting to see with regards to how many base plates it will take up in total, rather than just the actual sizes that they have given us and what we can do with the extra space that we are given. Now, with regards to the width and depth, we've already seen that now, so we know exactly what is what. But with regards to the height, I think I might have to spin these round first. With regards to the height, both of the boxes are exactly the same. Now, you can see the plain black on the same side. Then you've got the artwork on the front and the side, and then obviously you can see that we've got the dimensions on both. So far, they're ticking all of the boxes. But if this one came off this one, and I did this, and it's almost like it's made to measure, they both got the minifigures on top, and the boxes are the same height. They are flush with each other, so there or thereabouts, they're going to take up the same amount of room. But minifigures, obviously, we can't compare because one of them's two completely different franchises. They do come with 2, 4, 6, 8 minifigures on that one, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 minifigures, and a golem on that one. This is slightly more expensive, but again, it comes with the brick count. But we're not taking minifigures or brick count / prices into consideration. But they do all come with nice minifigures, and the box artwork, I think it does look good. But we're now going to get into the tricky bit, because we've got to try and get the eyeball and the castle onto some base plates. So this is where it could go wrong very, very quickly, because this is going to now come down to just basically how sturdy are they going to be as I start to put them on the base plates. And because these boxes take up so much space, I need to give myself a little bit, there we go, a little bit of room. So I have got 4 jet black base plates at the ready, so we can actually see what is what. Now I've got to be honest, I have not got on with the base of this Disney castle from day one, but I have said it on every single set where they've used these much larger elements and they're only over in by literally a stud. I find it super, super flimsy and weak if you try and move it at all. If it's on a shelf or whatever else, it's fine. Unless I've completely messed up the actual base of this, which I don't think I have. It just has never seemed to be super, super sturdy. So I've cheated a little bit, because you will see that there's these, in fact, I'll bring you down so you can see a little bit easier before I put them on the base plates. I have just, before starting filming this, clipped them together better, because it was only in by 1, and again 1 there, and it was only on by a couple of studs just there, and they just got such a big overhang. Now this is absolutely battered. I cannot describe to you enough how much this set has gone through the wars. So we are not doing this from a beauty competition. I finished building this morning, and this has been stuck underneath a Winter Village display, getting kicked for months because of a problem we've had with a wall and basically paint dripping down. And now I can actually get round to adding in the Disney section into my own display and theme park. So I thought this is going to be the only opportunity I've got having these side by side, and it would be quite interesting, I think, just to see how much space they do take up. But I am expecting, well, the base would have pinned apart if I didn't put those bits and pieces down, but I am going to struggle a little bit because I haven't got anywhere else to put the eyeball. So we're going to have to kind of manipulate this and see and pick it up pretty much how you're not supposed to, and then just see if any of it hangs on or if it's going to fall off or what's going to happen. So that's one base plate under, because if I can just get one under and then push it over, it might give us a bit of a lip at the front. There we go, like that. So then we can start to have a bit of play with it. So again, very similar with regards to the fronts and the backs. I will show you the back of both, just so you can see with regards to what you think you prefer for space-wise. But I am not coming over this from a design, well, more of a play feature point of view, because, well, they're two completely different things, and it's not fair on the Disney castle as it's battered. But this is where I get sketchy, because I can't really... Normally I'll pick it up from the bottom like a pizza. Like this one, I know I've got no problem. And a big difference between both of them is this is modular. So this one will actually come apart in 3 pieces. You can just slide this off, move it easy enough, and clip it back together. Whereas this is more of a solid thing. Now I have moved my sets so much in the last year just to try and get a theme park layout nailed-ish, that some of them have taken, well, they've taken tumbles, they've all been a bit, worse for wear, and we are getting back round. And normally I would spend a little bit of time repairing this one first, but like I said, when the Lord of the Rings goes over where it's going, and this goes back down underneath the table, I did just rip that off, yes, I can't do it. So yes, I am struggling this much to get the base plate underneath, because I do not want to rip this apart, and I cannot grab it from a nice way, and it was awkward as anything to move on the carpet. So I wonder what is actually going to be going on with it. I'm not going to give up. It's just going to be a slightly longer upload, than I was expecting it to be, because I can't I can't push it over. I don't know what it's stuck on. It's almost like there is a brick somewhere underneath, or a plate or something is not happy and it will not shift. But I have always said that this thing has been a nightmare to move when it's on the carpet. But I don't know what is going on with this, because I can't get it past that point. I can't get that base plate under. It's almost like, there we go, there is something in the way. And it's still fighting me now with the third one down. There's something in the middle that is not happy. If I had the guts, I would turn it over and rip it all apart and see exactly what the problem is underneath. Because I think something might need to be pushed. But it's not perfect. But we're four base plates in at the moment. And you can see we need another 2. So this easily is 6 base plates. No, that's not fair. That's not fair. It's not easily 6 base plates. Let me try and now do what I normally do and actually push it to the back. I'm just being a bit stupid because it doesn't want to go. But if I can. See, look, I do not know what that is getting caught on. I've never in my life had a set do this. I think I might have to bring it all the way to the front rather than the back, if it will come. How long is it going to take to get this to the front? Something is not built, or it's now detached itself from underneath, because I had an absolute nightmare getting it off the carpet. I can't now get it on or move it forward. There's something not happy. Nope, still not wanting to know. I'm not going to give up. I hit the Lord of the Rings with this, I will be annoyed. If anybody has this castle and you have not had this problem, let me know what you think it is. Because this now has now got to the point of where I am so confused why it is stuck. How can it be stuck in the middle of 4 base plates? That's both hands. Right, now we're moving because I've got them underneath. Well, that took nearly a week, but we persevered and we are there. Right. So I've gone to the front rather than the back because, well, it was just easier. So that is the space we have on the base plates there, but we do need the base plates behind it because it is over. So you would have all of this space would obviously be in front. So there's quite a lot of it. So yes, you are looking realistically at 6 base plates of space. Now, why that has been such a pain, just for me to literally show you it's on 6 base plates, I might figure out one day or not. But I know, because I have literally just done it with the eyeball, that it should only take up 2 base plates. So that is a very, very unhappy set. Whereas this takes up just the 2. Nothing fell off it, give it its due. Nothing did fall off that, so it's not too bad. But you've got the smaller build with this one as well, but that we're not doing it for that kind of thing. We've got all these minifigures as well, which we will take a look at them at the end of the video if you are interested in them. But again, with this one, it's a little bit tricky because you've got the bits underneath. But this does have a party trick, because the party trick on this, to make life easier, is it slides off in, well, it does actually slide off in 3 sections, but if I just did it like that, so you can see how the designs have changed over a period of time. And then this one really is, I mean, look at it, it's so sturdy, it's ridiculous with regards to just how strong the base is on this one. I'm not even going to attempt to move those base plates forward, so they can just stay as they are. That one will go down. So you can, because that is right to the back, you can get that on 2 base plates and just have a little bit just at the front. So you've got just it overhanging just by ever so. And of course then you can just slide this bit back in and back out again. But as this bit is slid off, and you can see I've got absolutely no problem throwing the bottom on that one around because this is so sturdy. They are open backed. So if I was to spin these round and put them side by side, I think we might be able to try. Now I don't know if I'm going to be stupid trying to put this back in as a pair, or should I'll just take it out? That would be better. So if I just took that one out and then did that, it's got a little gliding thing, so it just slides in on one side then the other, push it in from the back, and then it just clips in and we are happy and good to go. Just like that. And then the next one slides in, does the same thing. It's a little bit easier putting it back together as 2 individual pieces. That bit goes there, push them in. That one to that side, spin this round. This is where it's filthy, dirty and battered. But you can see again the configuration of the room designs with regards to the shaft and things. It's both got multiple rooms. This one has a light brick on the back, and then you've got 1 room, 2 room, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and on this one you've got 1 big one across the bottom. So we say that's all 1 room, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 different rooms on that one. So they do look very impressive side by side. Like I said, this is taking an absolute pounding, so I really do need to figure out what is going on with the base on that one. But before the video ends, and if anybody is still watching, we'll take a quick look at the minifigures. Right, so this is completely pointless, but we'll move on to the minifigures to finish. I can't name them all, and we are missing 2 of the princesses as well, but this is not a set with regards to that sort of thing for a comparison. It was very much a case of size and the depth that these things took off. But you can see you've got the princesses and the princes on the right-hand side, and then, well, it doesn't exactly match up, does it? Because then we go straight into the Lord of the Rings with all these evil characters. Normally, I would strip them all down, you'd see all the print in them in much greater detail, but there's absolutely no point because that is not what we are trying to achieve within this set. Now, if you do have either of the sets, how do you display yours? Do you do it the big diorama base, or do you just have it on the shelf and basically hope for the best? Now, I'm going to be adding in the Lord of the Rings and the Disney Castle into my theme park area, but like I said, they're going to be in 2 completely separate areas, and this is going to be the only time that these minifigures will be stood side by side and the sets will be on the same table. But I have waffled on for long enough. I've made an absolute meal of this upload, but I'm still going to upload it just for the sheer hell of it. So if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Again, in the comment sections below, let me know which you prefer. Are you Team Lord of the Rings or Team Disney? And if you could only have one and space wasn't an option, which one do you prefer? So guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. You'll take care and catch you next one.